Book 46 of 2020 was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. So this is the prequel to the Hunger Games series. It follows the life of Coriolanus Snow and his involvement in the 10th Hunger Games. Now, the Hunger Games is one of my favourite book series just because I love dystopia and I love kind of books that have like kind of political undercurrent in it. I imagine if I was to read it again, I might view it through different eyes because I did read it when I was younger and I wasn't as political then. And as well, I've read Battle Royale since, so I imagine that will change my kind of reading of it. But when I started reading this, it was very nostalgic. It was very nice to be in the world of Panem again. It was very nice to be in the capital and in the districts and to be around, you know, Coriolanus as a character because he's obviously President Snow in the Hunger Games series. And it was really nice as well because there was like little links to things. So, for example, the Hanging Tree, the song that Katniss sings in one of the films, I think it might be the second one. I think it's in the book as well. It must be. And the mockingjays, you kind of figure out where they've come from. So that was kind of like Suzanne Collins' way of addressing, like, you know, how those kind of things started, which was really nice. It felt nice to understand the lineage of those things. What this book also does is it addresses how the Hunger Games came to be accepted by the capital, because I mean, if you think about it, sending children into an arena to kill each other and everybody's like kind of loving it, like how's that come about? And Collins does it in a way where it actually kind of aligns with psychology, because it's kind of like that incremental change, so that, you know, as you accept, it's like the foot in the door, as you accept like a little bit and you keep accepting until you've got like the Hunger Games that you see in the series. And it also, this book kind of addresses how Snow became evil, or like attempts to anyway. It also alludes to how powerful individuals can incrementally rain terror on society in the name of government. And so it's not necessarily government that's doing it, but it's just these powerful individuals that are corrupt that create the issues. So there's kind of like a games master, I think that's what they call them. I could be wrong about that. And she is kind of in control of making it horrific. And there's kind of, I'm trying to think whether I should like share this because this might be a bit of a spoiler. So if you don't want spoilers, I suggest you don't continue watching. But essentially, Snow's father was instrumental in the games, and then he's also become instrumental in the games. And there's this kind of oscillation in Snow's character between being a decent person like his mother and being a little bit narcissistic, a little bit psychopathic like his father. And he's kind of like oscillating between the two quite rapidly, which feels a little bit jarring because, okay, yeah, there might be this choice between the two of them, which is like a trope, isn't it? But it just felt a little bit like unbelievable, because one minute he's being nice and the other minute he's being really manipulative and really horrible. And it's like, you're either one or the other, that you can't, like, I don't think that you could be both and be okay with being like horrible. Like, I feel like there's a more of a cut line between those two things for you to be in that kind of different mindset. And the problem as well with this book is that the games are very underwhelming because obviously they lack complexity. It's literally just like some kids in like a stadium. Like imagine like you know, when you go to ancient Greece, when you go to Greece and you see the ancient Greek structures like the stadium, where they used to run around like the track, but it's just a dirt track. I imagined that in my mind as I was reading it, and I was just thinking, this is really boring. Like there's not kind of much going on. There's a little bit about like Snow's relationship with a few of the other kind of mentors, but again, it's really kind of, I don't know, really odd because he's grown up with these people, but he doesn't really have any relationship with them. There's a nice kind of relationship with his cousin, but that's like the only person that he kind of has a connection with, and even she like doesn't really know him fully because he's got this side of him that he doesn't kind of share with her. And so, I mean, I enjoyed the book because it was nostalgic and it, you know, I was back in the kind of world, But if I was just reading it on its own and judging it on its own merit, I don't think that it's that good, and I don't think it was really worth reading, because you didn't actually find out that much more about what happened. You could probably guess a lot of the things that are like in there. And you know, when I read The Hunger Games, I thought they were amazing. I thought they were really good, and I just didn't feel that when I was reading this one. I felt like this is more of like a bit of fan fiction, a bit like, you know, for nostalgia purposes rather than like a good literary read. I mean, I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but it would have been a 2 out of 5 if I didn't love The Hunger Games so much, and enjoy like the kind of being back in that world. Because I was a little bit bored in the middle of it. And as well, the problem with it also is that the ending is really, really rushed. It's just like Snow switches, like there's like a flip in his head that just goes, and then that's it. He's President Snow. And it's just a bit like, oh, like that doesn't really, it's like almost as if she was running out of time and pages, and she's like, all right, I just need to make him evil now. And there's a little bit of a cliffhanger as well, so I imagine she's left it open so that she can carry on writing loads of prequels, which, I mean, I don't think I'd be wanting to read anymore, to be honest, if she does make them, because they just felt hollow. Like there was the heart of it was missing, I think. So, you know, you might love it if you love The Hunger Games, but if you've never read any of The Hunger Games before, I wouldn't bother with this one.